Welcome to today's The Morning Mindset with me, Craig Skelton. Every day we kickstart your morning with positivity, actionable insights, and the motivation you need to conquer the day ahead. Whether you're looking to develop a positive mindset, a habit of persistence, or really just starting your day on the right foot, this podcast is your daily dose of inspiration and practical advice. Today I'm talking about why you should focus on what you can control. Why do I want to talk about that? I believe that we should focus on what we can control and just let go of what we cannot control. So, for example, we're British people, we love talking about weather, we love complaining about the weather's never right. But the thing is, can you control the weather? How can you get frustrated? How can you get angry with what the weather's like? Because there is nothing you can do about it. You're stuck in traffic. You're stuck in traffic again, you're getting angry, you're getting frustrated, but there's nothing you can do about the traffic. So do you use that opportunity, that time, to either just take some time for yourself or listen to a good podcast or just call somebody that you've not spoken to for quite some time and just use that time wisely rather than ranting, raving and shouting at nobody and nothing and basically getting angry about something you can't control. Whatever the situation is that we cannot control, what one thing that we can control is our reaction and how we deal with and our responses to the situation. We have control over our own actions, our responses, our thoughts and attitudes, and how we deal with that situation. We are in control of that. Everything else, like the traffic, the weather, other people's reactions, external events, like, so we have control over our responses, how we deal with those situations, our own actions based on the situations we're in. We have control over that. What we don't have control over is other people's reactions, the circumstances, like the weather, like the traffic. They're beyond our control. There is a famous quote that I want you to think about, which is, it's not what happens to you, but it's how you react to it that matters. So let's look at why you should be focusing on what you can control and really the benefits of focusing on what you can control. So the first thing is it reduces stress and anxiety. So when you focus on what you can control, you let go of the anxiety about things that you can do nothing about whatsoever. And it's being aware of those moments where, and that will help with you reducing your stress and anxiety. This does reduce your overall stress and it just helps you maintain a calm and balanced mind. It helps you stay level headed at times when maybe you could other people be losing it and you will be losing it as well. It also increases your effectiveness as well. So by concentrating your efforts on how you can make a difference, what you can do, you become more effective, you certainly become more productive, and because you're not wasting time on wasting time and energy as well. Energy is a big thing with this, that you're not wasting time and energy on things that are beyond your control. It also enhances your resilience, and resilience is a big thing, especially being self-employed. It's a massive thing, is resilience. So when you focus on your own actions, your own attitudes, your own responses, you naturally build resilience because you become better at handling setbacks, because you understand that the challenges that you face and things will hit you day in, day out. Absolutely. So when those things do hit you, because you can't control every outcome and you understand that, you build resistance because you're in control of how you respond to it, which again will help building resilience. Let's look at another example. So sports, we'll look at sports. So athletes, let's look at something like an athlete that's they can't control the weather, they can't control the crowd, they can't control their opponents. None of those things they can influence or control, but they can focus on themselves, they can focus on running their own race, they can focus on their training, their strategy, their mental preparation as well. It's all about things that they control, and that's what will make a difference between focusing on what they can control, which is themselves, their strategy, not focusing on other things. That could be the big difference between winning and losing. So that's another example of why it's about focusing on yourself and focusing on what you can control. So how do you go about focusing on what you can control? So bits of advice would be, again, day in, day out, identifying what you can and what you cannot control. Being aware. The first step is really about being aware of the situation. Situations will hit you. First thing to do is take a step back and think, can I control that? Or have I got no control of that whatsoever? And then again, it's how you react to those things based on what you can control. And it's goes back to your reaction. So, like I say, it's all about awareness. One thing you can do is like start. The first thing you do is make a list and write down what your worries are, what your concerns are right now. We all have, if you're self-employed business owners, we all have worries, we all have concerns. Write those things down, then look at, and then you can put them in two columns. One is things you can control and things that you cannot. And then focus on, if you're going to put them in two columns, focus on the left hand side, which is things that you can control. Focus on those. Don't worry about the right hand side. Can't do anything about those. Practice mindfulness as well will help you with how you react and focusing on what you can control. So, because you'll be aware of your thoughts and your feelings without any anger, without any judgment. So that will help with that as well. It's like a great tool that can help you stay in control of what your thoughts and your reactions are. One thing that I'm a big thing on as well is that about journaling. So keeping a journal as well, reflecting on your day and how you've reacted to the situations, and look at that's a massive thing that will help with regards to focusing on what you can control. Journaling, reflecting on the day, and think about how you reacted to situations, because then again, it all goes back to awareness, like I said earlier. Then just helps with building habits of focusing on what you can control. You've also got to embrace change as well, because if you're looking at doing something different and focusing on what you can control, that maybe that a big change in your life, that's something that's very different, and you've got those habits of reacting the way that you do with certain situations. You've got to break those habits and change those up. So you've got to understand that and accept that you're going to have to change. So rather than resisting that change, and if you want to resist that change, that's totally up to you. However, learning to adapt will help you then with awareness, will help you with focusing on what you can control. And it's about asking yourself, what can I do to respond effectively to this change? Embracing a mindset of focusing on what you can control is it's a long practice. There's no sort of finished goal with it. It's just awareness and building on that and building on that. And it's not easy, and it's not, you'll never be perfect at it, because there will also be instances where that will get thrown at you, where you will worry about something that you cannot control. That's just part of the habits. But it's about making a conscious effort every single day, and directing your energy, directing everything towards what truly matters, which is what you can control. So just to recap, it's not about the challenges that get thrown at us every single day. It's not about those challenges and situations that we face. It's about how we react to those situations. That is the biggest thing. As I said before, the benefits of focusing on what you can control, but it's about reducing your stress, reducing the anxiety, increasing your effectiveness day in, day out. It's about building resilience as well. So it's not just about what happens to you, it's not just about what happens to you every single day. It's about how you react to those situations. And it all starts with awareness. It's about being aware of what you can and what you cannot control. So yeah, so that's today's podcast, focusing on what you can control and the benefits and the reasons why you should be doing that. If you love this podcast, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, share it with people that you know will get benefit from the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing, and have an amazing day. Stay motivated, stay positive, stay focused, and don't forget to run your own race.